Well, what's up? Happy Friday. We're going live all about somatics because everyone is asking me, what does it mean when I'm talking about somatics? And soma is really the Greek word for body. So what's up, Courtney? How are you? But what is somatics? Basically, it's our body and how we are holding on to emotions from experiences that we have not fully completed the loop for our nervous system. So think about back when, I'll give you an example. I was just in a breathwork session a couple of days ago with my good friend Bonnie. And during this breathwork, I was expressing by coughing, just continuously coughing. And I was like, oh my gosh, what does this mean? And I got to thinking, this is all of the times that I have never opened up my voice. I haven't shared my authentic truth. And it's time for me to do that. That was my big takeaway from that entire breath work. But I was visualizing all of the times in my childhood that I was like, keep quiet. Don't talk about your alcoholic dad. Don't talk about that he just went to jail. Don't talk about that he just went and got in another car accident, right? So if at the time that those events were happening, I was trying to suppress my nervous system because I was caught in freeze, this is my opportunity to move through that experience in a safe, held, supportive container and then complete the feedback loop. So what does this look like? Typically in a somatic breathwork session, we are essentially revving up the nervous system. And this is when our nervous system gets activated. It can be a little bit uncomfortable. But as that happens, our nervous system starts to kick on. And this can sometimes look like physical expressions, and sometimes it looks like emotional release as well. So with physical expressions, sometimes it looks like we have tetany, and it literally looks like we have T-Rex arms or crab hands. And think about all of our muscles tightening up. Think about when you are feeling stressed and your shoulders are up at your ears, and you're like, oh my gosh, why do I feel so stiff? Like I must have slept weird. It's typically nervous system stuff that's stuck in the shoulders, which we're carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders. So sometimes we will start to see physical manifestations of emotions we haven't processed. And I really got into this with testing. When I was testing my clients' gut health especially, when people have yeast infections in their gut, it is a sign that they're typically dealing with unworthiness. And where is that coming from? Typically trauma responses, dogmatic religions, feeling like we pass or we fail, maybe having parents who are not present. There's a lot of reasons why we feel this unworthiness. I've had clients with issues with their lower back. Like, what does that talk about? The hips are your stability. It's how you move through life. So where are you feeling ungrounded or unsteady in your life? We always have physical manifestations of what our nervous system is trying to tell us. So tuning into that and tuning into that activation of our nervous system in breath work allows us to release these things. And again, it can be physical things, again, like tightness or that tetany. It can also be trembling, like little shakes. Sometimes we want to feel like we have to move off our energy. And other times it can look like twitching or buzzing, kind of a tingling sensation in your hands, in your face, that type of thing. That last breathwork, my teeth were just chattering. That was really my whole expression, was my teeth are just crazy. So after we typically express physically, sometimes we also express those emotions. What are the things that needed to, again, complete that nervous system loop? Sometimes this can be screaming from rage, anger, frustration. It can be crying or sobbing with grief, unprocessed loss in our life. And sometimes I've had some fun breathwork experiences where I am just hysterically laughing because I forgot how amazing it is to play and to imagine and just dream and be a kid. So expressions in breathwork are awesome when they happen. And if they don't happen, that's okay too. But afterwards, it just allows us a time, once we express and we're revving up the nervous system, it's time to repattern and it's time to remember that we are whole. We are not broken. No one of us is broken. I am not a healer. I am not a fixer of my clients. We all know how to heal ourselves. The body has the answers. It's all about just remembering and putting all of those parts back together. So tuning in to your worth, tuning into what do I need to do to feel more aligned with my dream life? Where do I see my highest vibration? What does that girl do? Who does she hang out with? What are her habits? Let me tune in to nourishing myself and pouring into my own cup. So we can continuously use breath work as a means to tap into the nervous system. And then from there, regardless of what shows up, create practices that support you outside of your sessions. So I love breath work, and it's always effective no matter how you're doing it, whether it's a one-on-one or a group, or if it's virtual, or if it's in person. And I do all of them. But if you guys have not stepped into breath work, I 100% welcome you to try it out. It has made a huge, huge game changer for me to just understand what my physical body is telling me from an emotional standpoint. And they don't teach us this stuff in school, how to communicate our needs, how to actually move through shame and trauma in a supportive and held way. And no, I'm not a therapist, but I will give you the gift of vulnerability and just meeting you where you're at so that we can really dive into what's here for you and let your body just remember. So that's kind of my gist on what somatics is. And if you have any questions, I'm always here to help.